The 2022 climbing high season on Mount Everest is coming. This year, most expeditions to climb the world's highest peak have arrived in Nepal and are beginning the trek to Everest Base Camp. Everest watchers say the Sherpas are already fixing the lines throughout the Khumbu Icefall to Camp 1. The rest of the route to the summit will be established by early May. The Nepalese government has reportedly issued around 350 permits to climb the world's highest peak this year, a slight decrease compared to last year. However, the logistics of getting to Nepal are much more straightforward, with quarantine and testing requirements dropped for fully vaccinated climbers. The climbing season on Everest is undergoing some significant changes. The rapid melting of the so-called glacier and the possible establishment of a new route that avoids the Khumbu Icefall are chief among these. A recent study published concluded that Everest's so-called glacier is destined for rapid retreat and could disappear entirely by the middle of the century. The researchers said the glacier has already lost 170 feet of depth in the past 25 years due to rising global temperatures, snowpack loss, wind, and sunlight. They believe this melting process will accelerate as the melting snowpack exposes black ice, which absorbs more sunlight and hastens the melting process. While the retreating glacier will likely have a yet unknown impact on the mountain's topography and ecology, the effect of mountaineering is quite tangible. A guide that done expeditions on the south side of Everest since 2016, he told that he has noticed that the glaciers retreat over the past 6 seasons. You can clearly see the topography changes on the so-called glacier, he said. On the col itself, there is more rock and sand and less ice-covered terrain. The glacier's retreat means that more of the loose bedrock underneath is being exposed. All the road from the south col to the balcony and further on to the south summit, and the summit will become rockier and more technical, he said. But mountaineers are great in adaptation. We know such developments from the Alps, and these can open new possibilities. One of these possibilities may be revival of the autumn climbing season when the more snow is on the mountain. While the study focuses on the so-called glacier, the researchers also warned the warming would also facilitate ice block movement in the Khumbu Icefall, increasing the chance of avalanches and making the entire icefall less stable. One of the consequences of this change is the renewed search for an alternate route up Everest via the South Col, one that bypasses the Khumbu Icefall and rejoins the normal route at Camp 1. Last November, a team of French and Nepali mountaineers arrived in Nepal with the express purpose of finding a route to avoid the icefall. French mountaineer Marc Batard was among the climbers on the expedition and told local media that the new route begins from Gora Shep, before the classy Everest Base Camp. From here, it follows a rocky spur below the flank on Nuptse, part of which involves a vertical cliff, and joins Camp 1 just above the icefall. Batard added that his team would return in the spring and test the new route to see if it could be a feasible alternative. However, climbers believe the route would be more technical. Batard and the rest of the team hope to install metal railings along the new route to establish something similar to a via ferrata, which would allow climbers to safely anchor themselves while they climb.